CGI Peanuts movie? No! How dare you? How dare you, Blue Sky Entertainment? You will not sully the good name of Charles Brown! Okay, it was good. So a while back they announced there was going to be a CGI Peanuts movie, and everyone freaked out because you can't CGI the Peanuts. That's just crazy. And then they released the teasers and the trailers, and it actually looked good, so that shut everyone up. And they did a really good job of emulating the cartoons and the comics, because they kept all the characters walking on a 2D plane. There were a few cinematic shots when they had the scenes with Snoopy and the Red Baron, but other than that, it just looked and felt like the old cartoons did. Can we stop being afraid of CGI now? It's 2015. So far we've had a Mr. Peabody and Sherman movie in CGI and it looked pretty good. We have a Peanuts movie in CGI and it looks great. And we have a Popeye movie coming out real soon that also looks really good. I do get why people are afraid of CGI, but the key to good CGI is the way it's used, the way you stylize it, the way you make the characters move. And I think the Peanuts movie got that perfectly. So the story here is the little red-haired girl moves into Charlie Brown's neighborhood, and he's doing everything he can to get her attention, but things go wrong. And, well, honestly, we've seen this kind of thing from Peanuts before. If you've ever watched any of the cartoons or the movies, you pretty much know what to expect from this. Although, personally, the best parts of this movie came from Snoopy, who, while all of this was going on with Charlie Brown, he was using it as inspiration to write a story about him and the Red Baron. And there were these imaginary sequences happening throughout the movie where he's fighting the Red Baron and he's wandering through enemy territory. And while he was doing this, he was wandering through people's yards and houses, and it was really funny. The voice acting in this was done almost entirely by children, and that's traditional for the Peanuts cartoons. They've always used children actors for all the characters, and it does give it a nice authenticity. Even if they're not very good, they still sound just like children speaking, so it felt very natural. And they actually used old recording samples of Snoopy and Woodstock. And they didn't have to do that. They could have very easily gotten like Frank Welker or D. Bradley Baker or some other voice actor that can do animal noises and just have them record the lines. But really, why are you going to recast Snoopy and Woodstock? And using the old voice recordings, it gave this movie a real authentic feel to it. And when I say authentic, I mean that, because there were almost no updates made to this movie. Nobody had a phone, nobody used a computer, they were outside playing baseball, they were outside having fun, they were at school, they were at the library. The only things they added were a few pop songs. And they had like a Flo Rida song and a bunch of other songs that I can't identify because I don't follow pop music. But they were used for like montage sequences and things like that. So they were used very strategically and very sparingly. So it didn't feel like they were trying to make this movie hip because kids won't understand Charlie Brown. I guess if there was one thing I kind of didn't like was there were way too many wink wink nudge nudge moments, you know. A lot of callbacks to other Peanut stuff, like they mentioned the Great Pumpkin. They touched on the Christmas special. In fact, they used a recording from the Christmas special of the kids singing. There was the kite-eating tree. There was actually a scene where Snoopy licks Lucy, and she recited the same line from the Christmas special. You know the scene where he licks her and she's like, "I've been kissed by dog germs! Get some water! Get some disinfectant! Get some iodine!" Yeah, that whole thing. But other than that, this movie was great. It's great for kids, it's great for adults. It's a great adaptation of the Peanuts because the Schultz family was actually involved with it. They went up to Blue Sky and they said, "We like your animation style, but we want to helm this project. We want to make sure that we honor our father properly." And they did. Even recently, they said that they don't plan to do a sequel, because really, why should they? They set out to accomplish something, and they did. They made a great movie. So if you're one of those people that's still apprehensive about this, let me reassure you that this is indeed the Peanuts we all know and love. The only difference is the means by which the movie was made. It's CGI instead of hand-drawn 2D. That's it. Other than that, it's still Charlie Brown, it's still Snoopy, it's still Lucy, Linus, all of them. It's Peanuts. And it's great. So that's all I got for the Peanuts movie. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of it. And let me know who your favorite member of the Peanuts gang is. My name is Rob, and have a wonderful day.